I think Static have some chance to pop off on this play.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to map number 2 here of Carpe Diem up against ATK. Carpe Diem coming out with a very one-sided victory on map number 1 of Inferno, and now Glacia opens it up with a 2K. He is just a monster. He had 27 frags on Inferno and ended up with a kill death differential of plus 15 and a 105.6 ADR. I mean, just unreal. Actually, 28 frags, excuse me. He tacked on another one towards the end. Anyway, Hex is going to get the headshot on Truth. Now Carpe Diem looking to take full control of this pistol round, and at least the bomb plant comes through for ATK, but that is all they're going to get.
That's a small silver lining. That's a little ray of sunshine through a dark overcast sky, because Glacia and company just completely obliterate ATK here. The double one-taps there from Glacia. He's just hitting all the shots, and also Carpe Diem survived with all 5 alive. The bomb did go down for ATK, but it's a funny instance where ATK probably won't go for a full force here. They're still going to go for the full force, but if you don't get a lot of kills, sometimes it's better to just go for a half buy and then buy up in round number 3. And they're going to go for the force here. A couple Galils and AK. Missed him with a Glock. And only a Glock and a little bit of utility. Mac 10 for Truth. The utility is quite lacking for ATK. Only 2 flashbangs, 3 smokes. They've used 1. And Hex is going to spam down so much damage onto 2 players just going wild with his MP9. That for ATK right now, they're sitting outside of B. They got to be careful. Glacia is going aggressive again, and he's hitting more headshots. 28 in the last map. He's already got 4 this time. No, still 4. Hex does the second one, but man, Glacia is just on another level right now.
Yes, he is. I mean, considering that he went up against MIBR and still kept the positive kill to death differential, KDR, is ridiculous in itself. And now he's got 3 frags added to his tally here as he sits at 5-0. And I don't know what it's going to take to stop him. He has really changed the complexion of this Carpe Diem squad, even more so than when he was in his first stint with the roster. I remember seeing him play back at Fragadelphia 15, and RBG were very strong and difficult to deal with for pretty much any team that went up against them. And now it's like a matured Glacia who's even better in terms of his aim, and of course in terms of his teamwork. It's solid now. So yeah, I'm excited about Carpe Diem, and they've been a team, as Glacia's going to get another one to his name. Just Nantico here though, he kind of been starting to come out with it. Crush everyone, that's it. Glacia gets another 3K, second of the map. He's up to 8-0. But yeah, it's great to see, because what I was going to say is RBG, before they became Carpe Diem, were a team that I've always had my eye on, saying they're going to be really successful at some point. They're going to be able to beat the top teams in NA and ECL, and it's happening now.
Yeah, it's starting to happen. This is a team that I've always admired for the fact that they stuck together through everything, through thick and thin, through issues and not. They've stuck together pretty much as a core. And they always seem to be able to fix their problems. They look to fix things primarily, and well, they fixed the first problem this round as they take down the first gun of Fady. This team, though, it's a team that, yeah, Glacia's matured. He's come back and he's better than ever. Now up to 9 kills. Bowden destroys Wiz, though. That's a good sign for ATK, is that Bowden is going to get off the gate here early. But HexT is also having himself a moment. And pretty much everybody on Carpe Diem was overshadowed on the last map. I think HexT, though, had a pretty good performance in his own right. Just how do you compete with 28 kills from Glacia in 22 rounds? Very difficult to do so. But right now, for ATK, how do you counter such reckless firepower? How do you counter this raw force? Also, ATK only have 2 kills so far for the first 3 rounds, and that could continue here. Walco will give them a 3rd, but they're averaging less than a kill a round as a team, and Glacia is over 2 kills per round on his own.
Look, this is why I was like, ATK, Overpass. I know you did really well against Carpe Diem that one time, but I'll go back and say it again. That was when Carpe Diem were really making a shift in their map pool. They knew, that they were an Overpass team, and they could beat some of the best teams on Overpass because of how good they had been on it. They beat Movistar players there, but it was they were one-trick pony, and they decided to expand a little bit. It did hurt their overpass play for a while because they weren't practicing much on it, but once they got their other maps in their pool under control, I mean, they got back to overpass and started to dominate again. And look at Walco, they're getting a 2K. Again, it's just on a pistol buy up here for ATK, but Carpe Diem only have 3 deaths combined. That is ludicrous. As Fady is going to come through here. He could get a 1D. There you go. That's something on the top player on the squad, a Carpe Diem to boot. So Clasia goes down for the first time on this map. He's already got 10 frags, and, well, Hex is going to get the insta-trade. So no AK for you, Fady. Odin should fall as well, and there you go. Hex gets the 2K, and well, Carpe Diem continue their run from the first map. And if you look at the round run they're on, going back to that first map, it's 20 to 1 run right now. 20 rounds won by Carpe Diem and only 1 for ATK in that time. Unreal.
Absolutely unreal. This is numbers you don't expect to see in the playoffs. This is something you look to see against from a top team in a group to a bottom team in the group. That's kind of what you look to see out of this scoreline. Not two teams battling it out in the lower bracket. I believe this is the second or third round of the lower bracket, so this is deep in here. Chop's going to open things up. The nade's going to go and connect more onto Mistim. And he's still sticking around the rock out long, but Walco's got another one to his tally, and Wiz almost catches the arm, but Mistim will get out of dodge instead. Walco to support, but they're going to go through Bathroom's lane, maybe even pushing towards long, but Wiz is falling away, and Walco's just around the corner. Very dangerous for ATK, playing with fire here, as Carpe Diem are looking for another flawless. Bowden taking shots, but just missing through the wall. Walco knows there's somebody up close and personal, and he'll get another one to his tallied upgrade to the AK too. Bowden forced up out of connector. Good flashbangs, and Mistim closing the gap, spots out Wiz. But Wiz, you can just hold with the op. He'll hit his shot, leaving it all down to Bowden. Only 4 kills, well, 5 kills now for ATK. They're averaging 1 kill per round as a team. But is that enough? It is far from it.
No. That's a pretty straightforward answer. No, not enough. Carpe Diem are going to win this one. Unless Bowden pulls off an insane clutch in 21 seconds. No, he just wants to save the big green. Speaking of Bowden with the op, I mean, regular season, this man was extremely dangerous. Very difficult for any team to deal with, and he is going to get at least 1 frag on Classy here. Should be traded out, you think? And he is. Hex waiting up there, and he'll grab the op. No, they're not going to go for the double op setup. Either way, 6-0 for Carpe Diem. Want to talk a little bit more about Bowden's stats on the regular season. 228 sniper frags, 222 of those with the op, 6 with the scout. That represented 66% of all his frags, and he averaged a mind-blowing 0.51 op frags per round. That is pretty much as good as it gets. But in the playoffs, where it counts, this is where it's important. He has fallen silent, at least in this match. He was their second top frag on the squad, with MOTM being the first at 117 frags, plus 15 kill to death differential, and 10 3-kill plus rounds. 3 of those 4Ks, and the only player on the squad, Bowden, of course, with the ace. So I don't know what's happening tonight. Carpe Diem perhaps playing the match of their lives right now against ATK, but this is something else.
This is something else. Classy is definitely having a moment, although he hasn't gotten a kill in the last couple of rounds. Everybody else is starting to rise up with him, though. Walco at 7-1, HexT at 6-1, Chop at 5-1. And it's funny that Classy has the most kills and also the most deaths on his team. But it just goes to show he's taking the fight. Wiz and Chop picking up a pair against the pistols. Chop goes back for more, making a 3K, looking for the 4th. Will get mowed down by Mistim in the end, and he'll join Classy in the 2-death category. But for ATK, it's another round where, well, hold up. I'm not going to speak too soon.
Hold on.
What? How does he get the 3rd? He's got... What? No! No! Mistim, you're not allowed to do that, Ace. No, that's not allowed.
Okay, look, Carpe Diem gotta be careful. Be a little more cautious. I think that confidence is getting to their heads because they just continue to force that fight unnecessarily to try and end the round. You don't have to. There's only one player left. They could have stayed on the sites. Instead, they lose 4 bodies and have to reinvest very heavily into this round. Their economy's still comfortable, but you would have rather walked out of that with 3-4 guns instead of just 1. Anyway, Carpe Diem, 7-0. I can't criticize them too much with how well they've been playing. But that was a little bit of a slip-up. 4 AKs and the AWP for ATK. Bowden, really want to see him get something going for his squad. He is playing towards long A. In fact, at Playground, they're going to toss a little bit of utility our ATK, slowing the pace up. And here come the flashbangs, as they do have control of mid. No one really challenging from Carpe Diem here, Austin.
Yeah, I think they're a little scared after what Mistim just did to them the last round. They're like, okay, maybe we shouldn't over-peak this time, guys. And it's definitely a good tempering experience, especially if Carpe Diem want to go for the Overpass, or I guess I should say the playoff lower bracket speedrun. Because it wasn't just Overpass, it was Inferno too, and they're looking to make a good case on Overpass as well. But they don't need to overpeak. They don't need to give fights to ATK. They don't need to give them opportunities. And especially with this kind of a lead, they really don't need to take those fights. Double targets and 1 kill for Carpe Diem. A push through, a good flashbang counter, and HexT is going to go forward for a pair. Falls out, Chop's got his back, pistol out now, and it's going to be a flawless mop-up for Carpe Diem. ATK are walled out again. And it's like bashing heads into a brick wall, what ATK is doing right now. There's nowhere for them to go. And everywhere they try to turn, it's just Carpe Diem. And it doesn't matter if Classy is not there. HexT is going to do a job. Chop's going to cut them down. Walco's there for kills. Wiz hasn't even seen anybody, for crying out loud. He's 3-2. He's seen 5 people.
I mean, like, the flashbangs were great. And Classy did get involved in that by throwing a flashbang in support of the peak. So even though if he's not getting the frags, he's supporting the team. So, wow. Carpe Diem have already taken this half, which is insane. ATK have not won a round in a while. It's been quite some time. And Carpe Diem continue their round run here. It's currently sitting at 23-1. 23-1 run, which, wow. It's going to keep getting better if ATK can't get something on the board here as Glacia finds one. HexT waiting around the corner. Truth doesn't clear his corners. And, well, this pistol buyout yielding absolutely nada. HexT gets the 4-piece. He's up to 14-1. And Glacia is right behind him at 12-3. Unreal.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. I'm having trouble believing my eyes right now.
Yes.
And this isn't a team that really blows people out of the water either in Carpe Diem. We don't get to see these kinds of score lines all the time from them. And right now, it is literal domination. There's nothing ATK have been able to do against Carpe Diem. The utility has been so perfect for them, where it's just, yeah, we'll peek after the flashbang, they're going to be blind, we get our kill or 2, we fall away, and then the next guy in line goes for the next peek. And it's a perfect system, it's a perfect 1-2 punch, and it's just building more and more confidence on the squad overall. And confidence is a snowball. When you get a little bit of it, you get more and more and more. And Carpe Diem are starting to peak here. And if their confidence doesn't lead into complacency, I pity whoever they have to play next. And if that continues to that match, this team is making the final, and they will give MIBR a run for their money.
Absolutely. I mean, they'll have to be Pain along the way, assuming Pain ends up in the lower bracket, which, in my opinion, I think will happen today.
I think so, too.
But, yeah, they're looking so strong, and that was my biggest criticism of Carpe Diem in the past. They had those strong leads, but then they'd slip up, and, you know, they'd let the lead get to their heads and end up sometimes losing the matches after being up 10-2, for example. But here, well, maybe I won't curse them. Oh my god, why did I say that? Fady is going to get one. Mistim drops another one, and actually Fady with the 2K. And it's all ATK. First round on the board, all 5 players standing. Where the hell did that come from? But they completely run over the B site. I literally probably just caster cursed them. Anyway, let's keep going.
So, John, you ready for ATK to now win 16 in a row and take us to a third map?
Oh, God. Oh, boy.
I mean, the way this series has gone, it wouldn't be surprised me at this point. It would almost be the pattern that we're having here.
I mean, still, like a 24-2 run for Carpe Diem right now. It's... Yeah.
It's disgusting. Man, for ATK, they got their round back, and they actually get another pick here. So maybe this will be the turning point. Fady is kind of the pivot point for this ATK roster. You watch them a lot, and you'll notice Fady is kind of the guy that gets things going. He's the guy they move around. And right now, he's having to do a good job. He's having to do a lot of work. The Molotov will go right in, but Walco pushes it and still gets a kill out of that. So he's still doing damage despite going 1 for 1. And Clasia is still alive. With Clasia alive, anything is possible for Carpe Diem. And MOTM's walking towards him. The bomb's still going to go back towards B, though. Clasia will not be able to hold off this, but, well, he's got missed him. So it's a 3v3 level footing. And we'll try to go back into this one. Wiz with a peek out in towards Monster. Drops the flames as well to ward off any more enemies. And he's got the angle up towards short. Time is a factor now. ATK, they could run it back towards A. But they look to commit down to the B side. Bowden creeping in. Shadow shows. Wiz deletes. It's all down to MOTM. He's got one more, but only one more. And now what is it, 25-2, John?
Yep, that's right. It's a 25-2 run for Carpe Diem. They're up to 10-1 here on Overpass, and I'm surprised the timeout's not going to come through here for ATK. They just keep on powering forward, trying to find an answer to what Carpe Diem is dishing their way. Wiz coming out with a critical 2K. He hasn't been tested much, but when he's needed, he has delivered. Missed that third shot, even though I thought he had it, just a little too much movement. Still, he is solid. Oh, a miss nade. Okay. A little bit of a mistake from Carpe Diem. Doesn't cost them too much HP. Only Chop going down to 94 and Classy at 99. But they're okay. Not too fussed about that one. And yeah, you were talking about ATK, you know, the type of players they rely on. I think MOTM and Bowden, now lately anyway, have been their top frags, but Fady is indeed that picture of consistency. He's always hovering around a KDR of 1 regular season. In fact, 309 frags, a 1.01 KDR, and a 75.1 ADR. He's very good at hitting the head, 60% headshot percentage, which is the highest on the team. And then you look at his playoff stats, again, hovering around 1 KDR at 0.99, 115 frags, and 75.7 ADR. So he is that rock for them. But I think everyone's just getting shut down for ATK. That's a good sign, as Bowden wins the duel with Wiz, and then Clasia goes down to the Molotov and missed him after finding one on missed him. So that's actually missed him from the grave, getting that, and restoring the man advantage for ATK, as a rotation will come through towards the B site. Hext, peering around. He's got the support of Chop. Now look at the flank from Walco. He's going to drop the bomb. Bowden goes down. Flashbang is tossed on forward. This is chaos pandemonium, and Carpe Diem's loving it. Hex gets a 2K. Only MOTM left. He will manage to take down Walco. He's trying to hightail it to the A site, but look at the time. 15 seconds left. He has to get here quickly. He's going to use a smoke to try and guise off the plant. Chop could deny this instantaneously. Good flashbang thrown by MOTM, but he's run out of utility. Now he's spotted out. Time is up. He can't get the plant. Chop knows it, and it's going to be a Carpe Diem round victory. Everything falls apart for ATK thanks to some fantastic rotations there from, fantastic rotation, I'd say, from Walco.
Yeah, fantastic rotations. It was a great read to hear the runaway and then continue to push down through connector there. He spots out the bomb. He gets the backstab. MOTM not able to get that plant. Either his smoke went too deep, and even then he's probably dead to the spray. And he does a good job to survive out of that at any rate, but he's barely able to get out of there alive. Wiz has the op down towards Con. Walco flashed away back into bathrooms, but Wiz can come through and support with the big green. And for ATK, again, you try to do things the right way, but it all gets crumbled and crashed down around you.
Yeah.
There just seems to be no answer to this puzzle. There's no solving it right now. And for Truth, what is he? Is he going to go back towards water? I don't know. I'm trying to read this right now, but I don't know how to counter Carpe Diem from this situation, just because of how
Look at Walco.
good they are playing. Oh yeah, Walco's got this. Oh, that's nice. That's nice from Mistem. That's great awareness, too. ATK, they might have another, but look who's there to at least give his team a shot. Of course it's Clasia. Who else would it be?
Now Wiz is going to get tested here. There's a connection for him. No trade immediately. Has the utility out. Pulls out the op, but it's too late. MOTM overloads him, and Fady in the meantime takes down Classy. It's all up to Chop in a 1v3. If he clutches this out, it's so bad for ATK, and he gets the 2K. Oh no, bomb at his feet, and Fady's nowhere in sight. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, 73 HP for Chop. He even has the HP advantage here in this 1v1. 29 seconds left for Fady to try and recover this bomb and get a plant. Chop playing towards long A. It is the right position to be in because Fady's going to walk right past his crosshairs. Fady's expecting him to be towards truck or dumpster. And this is going to be an easy frag for Chop. That's the round. He clutches the 1v3. 12-1 in favor of Carpe Diem. ATK cannot buy a round.
Absolutely insane from Carpe Diem. Up and down the lineup. It doesn't matter if you're running Declassia, Hex, Chop, Walco, or Wiz. There is no way through. There is no way out. There are drums in the deep. And Carpe Diem are pounding forward. A 12-1. A great 1v3 from Chop. Gets a bit of a lineup there towards Truck, too, and then just big brains the play, going out towards Long, holding his nerve. Great presence to just not get rattled by it at all in the playoffs. Of course, having this kind of a lead does give you that lack of pressure, too. But even to get to this point, it's fantastic work from Carpe Diem. And now it's going to be a flash play, and missed him, and MOTM opening it up. But here comes Chop. He's spraying down one, cannot convert to the next. He's done a lot of damage, but not enough for a kill. Of course, Wiz and Walco are going to go for the... Actually, wait. They might not go for this. The money's not great for Carpe Diem, despite being up 12-1. So they are going to save here. And this will get a second onto the board for ATK, but even then, at best case scenario, 12-3. Is that even something they can salvage?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Their success has been found towards the B site when they've been explosive and managed to win the aim duels, which hasn't been often. They've gotten the presence and the space to really give Carpe Diem nothing to work with. So now they're going to get a second on the board. Like you said, best case scenario, 12-3. But I mean, the way Carpe Diem is playing, I just don't see it. Classia is feeling it. Hex as well, and even Chop. I mean, you got three guys just unbelievable right now in the way they're playing. And even Wiz, he's not necessarily dropping insane numbers, but when they come towards him, he's contributing in important ways. So 15th and final round of play, and I have to say, Austin, coming into this one, I was expecting a 3-map series that would be tightly contested map after map. Not this. Not this.
You and me both. We were both talking about how this was going to be a great series. This was probably going to be our best series of the playoffs so far in terms of how close it was going to be and how back and forth. And then Inferno happened. And now Overpass has turned into an absolute rout. And we talked about Wiz too. Now he's been good when he's been faced. He goes for that shot. He connects nicely onto Bowden. And for ATK too. The only player they have above double digits is their in-game leader. That is a bit of a problem there. And not to say Mistim's a bad fragger, no. In fact, he's a very solid fragging IGL.
Yeah.
But you should not have your IGL at best 5 kills above your next guy in line.
I think what we're seeing right now is what ATK looked like before Bowden and Truth came through, where it was Mistim and Fady kind of making all the noise and everyone else just behind them, which is not what you want. You need Bowden and Truth fragging out effectively, especially Bowden on the op, but it's just not happening here for them against Carpe Diem. The map selections, perhaps they're undoing with Overpass now back the way it used to be for Carpe Diem. And then Inferno, that was shocking to me, honestly, because Carpe Diem only recently introducing it to their map pool in a significant way, and man, they look solid. Mistim is going to get a trade here to make it a 4v4, but time is taken away. 28 seconds left. They have to make a move. The B site will be the play, but I think Carpe Diem is realizing now they got 3 players up. Hex manages to get the headshot on Mistim. They're going to try and get this plant. I think it's too late. Classia and Hex drop 2 more. The last one goes to Hex. 13-2 in favor of Carpe Diem as we head to a break.
I think if we should remove one map in CSGO, it would be Mirage, obviously. And obviously we should be able to play on Tuscan or old Cobblestone, you know? Not the newest one, the oldest one.
I'm gonna go with Overpass / Nuke. I think between those two maps, I will remove it, but more like to Overpass because I feel like it's too old and haven't been really updated for a long time. And I would like to replace Overpass with either Cobble or Cage.
Would definitely be my least favorite, which is Vertigo, just because it's a little stale. I feel like majority of the rounds played on Vertigo are the same. It's just like a slow A default with a lurk somewhere around mid or B, just listening for info. The map itself is designed, I feel like, poorly because it's an up and down bomb site map. You have to really walk around a lot of places, and it's just, I don't know. It's a very stale map for me, in my opinion. But if I had to replace it with another map, it'd probably be like an old school map, like Tuscan. Maybe bring back Train, like maybe do an updated version of Train.
I would like to replace Mirage because that map is a little bit tough. I don't know. Everyone is know everything. Every single player playing screams a lot on this map. Hard to do something new on this map, and it's like, I don't know. I would like to replace that map for New Cache or Cobblestone.
I would say it should be Overpass. I don't like this map. I never liked it. I would bring Cache back. I loved Cache back then. I was a good player on this map, so I think I would bring this back.
Well, hello there. Welcome back, everyone, to the second half of map number 2. And Carpe Diem are absolutely pummeling ATK right now. 13-2 in their favor heading into the second half, and Fady just pops his head around the corner and almost hits the ground. He's at 2 HP and does manage to bunny hop away, but he is certainly on notice. Hext and Chop continue their trek down towards mid. Bowden could catch him off guard from Connector, but he misses all of his shots. Bowden, no. Hex is going to find him and missed him. He recovers for one, maybe a second one in the cards for him. He backs off, but no. Walco closes the distance, and it's a 4v2 in favor of Carpe Diem. MOTM also in the lower tunnels. That leaves Truth completely isolated on A, and well, the expected result, Wiz taps him down with the Glock. Carpe Diem looking at a 14th round here unless MOTM comes out with the heroics. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah. Wow is right, John. That is about the only thing you can really say to what is going on right now. Carpe Diem with another blistering pistol round. Wiz just going for kills now, hunting this last player, MOTM. Glacia will finish the job. And even go for a little bit of burst fire BM at the end there. I think that just kind of continues the streak of this. I was almost expecting a Halo moment there for a second. I mean, this has just been Carpe Diem from start to finish on Overpass. And ATK calling their last time out here. Or not their last, but another time out here. It's after the back of the halftime, too. So apparently what needed to be said during the halftime wasn't enough.
No.
They need more time. And evidenced by the pistol round, yeah. I honestly think they need a day to prep.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, yeah, 2 more rounds for Carpe Diem. They're done. This says, I think it might be, if they win this cleanly, right? If ATK doesn't mount a comeback of any kind, it might be the lowest amount of rounds that RBG has ever given up in any BO3. Did I say ATK or Carpe Diem? Anyway, I said RBG. All right, I'm getting corrected here by my producer. Yeah, so I went back to the RBG, but I meant Carpe Diem, of course. They're forever RBG in my heart, right? Anyway, 1:30 on the clock here as Carpe Diem are looking for the 15th, and they're not rushing it, which is a very good sign. They want to take their time, be very methodical here, not underestimating ATK in the least. Very respectful of their opponent and the skill that they can bring forward. Some space gain here towards mid. Looks like they're going to back off into Fountain, our Carpe Diem. And they just want to grab this bomb. ATK have a couple of players stacked up in the short bathrooms. And, well, I mean, Carpe Diem has to realize it now with 2 smokes being thrown. And that will be Glacia coming through here. MOTM's got the crosshair lined up. Glacia needs to be very careful with what he decides to do here. Going alone could be a mistake, and, well, better wait for ATK to make that first move. And it turns out ATK might do that. MOTM swinging around towards short A, Austin.
They are playing very passive, though, ATK. They want to use the close-range pistol advantage, and they want to mow down Carpe Diem. All 5 Galils running up towards A now. Opening kill goes the way of Glacia. Bowden's got a response and make it 2. Couple of 1-digs for him. Picks up the Galil, but he cannot swap in time. More kills coming in from Troop, but only 1 2v2. Bomb to sight. Molotov goes deep. Bomb can get planted, but Walco's already picked up 1. Fady returns the favor, and he got a second kill off the back of the timeout. ATK are back in business, at least for now. They stave off match point, and they will give themselves a little more breathing room here. They have to be careful, though. This could just be delaying the inevitable. They're going to have to really put the pedal to the metal. Pistols out. It's a force buy from Carpe Diem. And we saw it on Inferno. Their streak started with a force buy. They're going to try and do it again here to put ATK to bed and out of ECL playoffs. Can ATK mount a strong defense? Bowden, he had a couple good one digs last round. Starts it off with a good spray. If he can come alive, perhaps we'll see a resurgence here from ATK.
Yeah, I mean, we have to. I would be so sad if ATK can't pull something back here. Just make this one a match. Ooh, that's pretty chunky there. HexT and Classic get taken down to 11 and 23 HP respectively. And this round favors ATK even more heavily now. Odin, goes for the reload at a really inopportune time. He's lucky that he was going behind cover there. Otherwise, that Deagle headshot could have been found. Carpe Diem rotating around. Bowden does end up finishing off Chop. There is a path for Carpe Diem to get onto this B site. I think Fady's going to see them, yeah. Fady is going to spot them out. Gets 1, 2, probably the third going to come through against Wiz. Engagement is here. Fady backs away from it. He's waiting for the reinforcements. Now he's going to peek, and it will be done. Fady with the 3K, and ATK stay alive for at least one more round with a 4th on the board.
And they should stay alive for another, at least get a 5th on the board here, because it's going to be Glocks for Carpe Diem and maybe one flashbang, but probably not even that. As their money's about as dead even as you'll ever see it aside from starting income. 1950 on 4, 1900 on 1. ATK need to win this flawlessly, though.
Yeah.
I think that is another thing. You cannot die to these pistols here if you are ATK. You have to get this one, and you have to win it clean. And Bowden's going aggressive, and he has to be very careful now. He's been dinked once. A couple more could do a mid-team kill. Wiz shuts down HexT. But it's not like this round really matters to Carpe Diem in the end. They're just kind of trying to get it over with and maybe sneaking away a kill if they can manage it. Which they do get one onto Truth. And, well, Truth's got a bit of an excuse. Bowden doesn't, though. He's been tagged down to 20. He needs to bail.
I mean, this is how good the aim is for Carpe Diem right now. You saw 2 dings coming through with the Glocks, against ATK. So we'll see if with the rifles they'll be able to shut this one down for good. Are they going to bring the AKs? Yes, of course. So AKs and Galil's going to come through here for Carpe Diem. 3 of those AKs, 2 of them Galil's. And full utility for Walco and Chop. HexT and Classic have about half, and Wiz is short of everything except for a smoke. We'll see if it's enough for them to pull it off here. ATK, again, going for that typical fountain aggression. But Classia has come alive here in the second half with the AK in his hands. Drop and missed him. Bowden does get the trade onto Chop, but his position known, he's immediately going to back out of connector. So I do like this play, as they won't expect him to be on the A site proper. I think he's going to try and go towards Dumpster and just post up here. Maybe he just wants to toss the smoke. Yeah, that's just to toss the smoke into Monster. Now he's going to have a peek towards Long. You have to imagine jumping for information. Carpe Diem. Smoke going to get tossed. They want to make this noise towards Long and pull a rotation from ATK off the B site, which looks like it's going to be their final destination potentially. There's still a lot of time on the clock, but it feels like this is an A fake, and I think ATK perhaps sensing the same thing.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little antsy. But the thing is, rotations can be very fast on Overpass, particularly when you have control of connector, which Carpe Diem do. So they can go back towards A, they can continue with this B play. Walco can cut off rotations in that case. It's still going to be a 2-2. Wait, no, where's MOTM going? Where is Ian going? Leaving? Yeah, is he going to heaven?
No.
Oh, he's going to A side proper! Oh, he's going to have to run down the stairs now. It's a fast rotation for CTs too, but if Fady doesn't get one here, this rotation might just be all too late. They're just gambling on this right now, John, and it's kind of understandable why they're gambling, but the thing is, in comes the hit. Now they're going to have to go through, and Carpe Diem have really burned the clock down. They're going to have to be very lucky to get the bomb down. It's a great kill coming from Fady. Bowden strikes for 2, but Walco, he cannot evade MOTM. They just come on through. I think Carpe Diem fell victim to the clock in that round. They just burned it down too long.
Yeah, definitely. But for me, ATK are lucky to get out of that round without losing it, because that's a huge gamble. No bomb spotted out. They just say, okay, 18 seconds left. Let's try to stack 3 players on the A site. But no information. So anyway, look, it works out for them. Carpe Diem waited a little too long to go for their push, so that's why a 6th round is on the board for ATK. But Carpe Diem still feel like they're in control of this one, of course, as they should, with being up 14-6. Bowden is going to get the op frag over on Walco. Another pistol round coming through for Carpe Diem. And shouldn't be too much of a fuss for ATK.
Yeah, it's another one they should win without much of a hassle. Maybe one more casualty, but Fady's got a good beat on Declassia. MOTM eliminates Hext, leaving it all down to Chop and Wiz. Now just all down to Chop. Tech9 gets one, but only one. Bowden starting to find his form back to the top of the scoreboard. Fady's heating up as well. So maybe this is what ATK needed. CT side. It's still a long road, though, back. 7 needed in a row to tie things up at 14 all. I think if they were to win Overpass, overtime would be the way to do it if you are ATK. I don't think Carpe Diem's going to let you get a streak like that off of them. But ATK just have to keep taking it one round at a time, one little baby step at a time, and eventually they can add up into a round victory. I love the double Molotovs, though. One in the party, or one in the playground, excuse me, and one towards the top of the stairs. Basically, even if you do smoke it off, you can't go anywhere. So it's a good bit of value and space denial there. Couple that with a nade or two, I think it would do a lot of good work for ATK. Bowden backing back up with the AWP, back behind the flower pots. Chop sneaking around towards Khan. MOTM around the front of the door, though. Could get caught out, but it's Bowden to get the opening again. And he has come alive at last. I think it's safe to say for ATK. That's something they definitely needed. A major boon for them to give them an opportunity. Bomb still down T-Con. Plenty of time and a good amount of space for Carpe Diem.
Oh.
But this is where it can be decided. Here, Fady! He got the first, and he's out alive. He's still alive, somehow alive. Mistim's got his back, and now it's all down to one. Hext as Bowden fells Walco.
Okay.
Our ATK back in business.
It looks like it. There's going to be an 8th round. More than likely. Hext goes for the op, and he's just going to try and save this. But ATK are closing in. They are hunting and out for blood. Hext looking the wrong way. Well, is there a right way to look? I guess not. Truth going to flank him, and Hext will be dropped. That's going to be that 8th round victory on the board for ATK. And don't look now. What is it, 6 in a row, right?
I believe you are... Actually, is it 7 in a row? I think it's 7. No,
No,
it is
6.
It is 6, yeah. I was thinking they went a little further on the scoreboard than they were.
Yeah. Carpe Diem are going to call a timeout here. And last time they called a timeout, well, they went on a crazy round run. Something along the lines of 28-3. Yeah, it was 28-3 at the end of the day before ATK started to pile on these rounds. But players to look out for, I would say, on the ATK side, if they're going to get back into this map, is probably Fady, who yesterday against the Party Astronauts dropped 31 frags and had 114.7 ADR. And there was Bowden behind him. We've talked about Bowden so much here tonight and how he's kind of been a little bit invisible, but 24 frags for him yesterday right here on Overpass with a 1.14 rating and 79.8 ADR. So let's see if ATK has truly awoken. Carpe Diem walking into this one on the half-by. They got the 3 techs, the P250, and the Deagle. So an explosive play onto the B site could be extremely effective. Fady, Fady's pushing in here. I know he's trying to go for the quick play, but he has to hit his shots. He is going to get one, the second as well, perhaps a third. No, so that's an A1S dropped on the ground. Mistim is supporting, though. That's some very nice timing for ATK to support the push, and everything goes their way. So Carpe Diem can't come through with the half-by victory, and that means that ATK are only 1 round away from getting it to double digits, and it feels like this happened really quickly.
It feels like Inferno.
Yeah.
It does not feel like the first time. It feels like Inferno, except swap the teams around. And for ATK to battle back from a 13-2, this is definitely something incredible. Even getting to double digits is going to be a good sign for them. That extra timeout after the pistol round, definitely something to look back on, too.
Yeah.
That changed the entire pace of the game. Bowden's got another one on the chop. I wonder what Spray said to them. He must have threatened to do something serious, because this has been... nothing else was working, so who knows? Maybe he threatened to take him to boot camp. And I don't mean the Counter-Strike kind. Whatever the case, though, ATK's back.
Good
System,
flash.
though, caught out line. That's a great flash. And a secondary for Classia. He's back. Hext is here. And as we're singing the praises of ATK, Carpe Diem bust into B and pop it wide open. Bomb going down. MOTM and Bowden walled outside by utility. And a 15th looking very likely for Carpe Diem, unless Bowden and MOTM have man of the match performances to pull this round off.
Wiz misses the shot, but Walco doesn't. That is going to be the round here. Bowden is going for the fight. I mean, look, he has the money to try for something and take a few guns out of the hands of Carpe Diem. Let's connect the one and a second. Woof. I mean, if only Bowden had started playing like this a little earlier on, right? But at this point, it looks like it's going to be too little too late. Finds the fourth here. Could even get the ace potentially on a save, but no. Walco doesn't want to fight any further, and that will be a 15th round secured for Carpe Diem. They have 6 opportunities to close this one out. Not only the map, but the series, and they absolutely deserve it.
Oh yeah, they do. Carpe Diem have shown us a new face where they are looking to dominate here. They're looking to go another level above. I mean, they're a good playoff team. We all knew this. They're a good team to come through and make the way into playoffs and do some serious damage. They fail to really show up when it comes to winning a final here. I think this is their opportunity, though, if they can continue playing like this. And Bowden doesn't get that opening shot, so there's more room for Carpe Diem to breathe in.
Yeah, I love the way Carpe Diem played that round. Just like, here, throw a flashbang and Classia, go kill. And that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Classia up to
Sometimes it's all it
23
takes.
now. Truly.
Classia, go kill. NA's #1 strat. I don't believe you'll be seeing it at the RMR, though. I don't believe Carpe Diem qualified for the America's RMR, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately not. I think it's Bad News Bears. Party Astronauts, right, as well?
Yeah, Party Astronauts did.
Yeah.
Complexity, Liquid,
too,
and
yeah.
I'm not sure who else.
ATK?
Look, I missed him, though.
I don't know.
Look, they're double dumping towards tunnels. This
Oh,
is...
no!
That's the problem. That's the problem with that play. It's all too risky when you don't need to. Truth doubles down, though. Takes out both low HP players and gives ATK a lifeline. But
What a
here comes
swing.
Walco. Backstab in. Chop's got the line up on the rotation cutoff. And it's down to Bowden now to drop into sight and shotgun up for a chance to stay alive. 3 to find, no bomb down yet, but he spotted 1. That's 1, but he's out in the open, taken down, and it will be Carpe Diem 16-6, 16-9 to finish it off. And this was really the aggressive play that kind of sealed ATK's fate. Truth gave them a lifeline, but it's just, it's too risky with a reward chance that's not really that high.
Yeah. I mean, look, this was the Classia show, honestly. He dropped a 28 map #1, 20.